Greetings. Hopefully you can hear me. Had to take care of a few things before getting on stage here today because I wanted to make sure I had this properly presented, considering, the set of circumstances that the Diaz family is going through. And I just wanted to make sure that I had everything correct and properly researched before I got on today to speak on obviously the game, but also to pay proper respect and prayers and thoughts and prayers for the Diaz family in Colombia. Appreciate those that are or have been waiting. I know I had to bump the time back a little bit. It doesn't do well for my statistics. I get that. I understand that. Redbird, always there. But big up to all of you. Redbird Silent Football Show. Appreciate you guys showing up and staying with me so we can get into some of these things with what we're dealing with the game, and also, again, with the circumstances that we're dealing with worldwide. It's a very, very traumatic and very, very frustrating angle or circumstances that we're dealing with in the world today. And it's not making it any easier with the circumstances that we continue to continuously seem to have to face. But again, let's just get into the news so far, and then I'll say the Redbird just asked any news on Diaz that I didn't watch. I didn't watch the mainstream media or do much social media. Yeah. As far as I know, what's interesting is I've heard some reports saying that his parents, both parents were found or returned, I should say. And then I've read also other reports saying that just his mother has been returned so far, and that his father is still, they're still on the search for his father. I know that I even saw something about how they've really intensified the search. They've put a lot of different resources to bringing him home safely, and it's something that we want to see properly, a proper end to it. I want to see justice for his justice for his family, so that they can properly take in custody the captors. And I also obviously want to see his father be reunited with his mother, who has, again, from all reports, has been rescued or has been found in Colombia. So, okay, so let's just get into this right here. So the match we had to take on this past weekend, which was very interesting, transition from our Thursday match with Toulouse, was against Forest. Again, it was a difficult place. It's such an incredibly difficult set of circumstances to go and try to play a game in the circumstances that were, going on. I mean, look, say what you will about, if you like the player, don't like the player, if you like how he plays or you don't like how he plays, or any of those different things. But we're all Reds family. I like to at least believe that a lot of us that do take on the tenets of "you'll never walk alone" definitely understand the meaning behind it. The way that I even heard Klopp say, it's like somewhat of like a little prayer in a sense, before you go out into the world, knowing that you have those that have your back. I like to think that way by the people that show up and support me on this channel. The continuous, efforts that I'm putting towards bringing more into the fold to understand the fact that we are a family and that united we are strong. So, or together we are strong. I know that some people don't even like the word united. So together we are strong. And I think that's something important to know, that this team, despite the fact that, obviously this game wasn't going to be postponed, despite the horrible circumstances, we were still going to have to see our Reds push on for a result. And they are going to push on for a result in honor of their brethren, of their brother, of our brother, Luchito, and yeah, sometimes just the thought of it really does get you kind of choked up thinking about the fact of what he's going through and what he's had to go through. So with that said, again, Forest was the team that we had to face on this day. I was very happy to see that at least we were facing them at Anfield. It allowed for the support of the crowd and the support of just everyone in general, to give proper respect to some people, some notable people that we've lost, notably the Everton, Everton's I believe it was director, and also we ended up seeing them pay proper respects to just everyone and anyone. So 1 second here. Let me just pull this up for you guys too. Pull something else up here. Because there was a moment of silence and everything. There's so much going on in the world nowadays. Is that it's so difficult to really like just keep up and just keep up and keep your head up. It's so difficult sometimes. And it's one of those things where, whether they're giving proper, I said director, I meant chairman, excuse me. I know he was the Everton chairman, Bill Kenwright, who was vocal during the Hillsborough incident, and vocal in the sense of just the unified presence of Liverpool, being, despite the fact that we are rivals with Everton, they're crosstown rivals, still that we are unified in when it comes to Liverpool, we are unified, or the effort should be a unified front. And it was beautiful to see that they took time to pay proper respects to his passing. He passed at the age of 78, and was the longest serving chairman for Everton. And also, this game again, very, very tough to get into in the beginnings. We had, a beautiful moment there. I don't know if you guys got a little you had to hold back some tears a little bit once you saw that action of what, because I was wondering why Diego, once he scored this goal, why he wasn't celebrating. As I can understand, maybe he's trying to be respectful and everything else. And he might come do something very, maybe he had a shirt or something underneath there or something like that. I'm glad to see also that they didn't do something where they gave him a yellow card or something like that, which possibly they could have. They possibly could have done something along those lines. I mean, technically that is, I think, part of the rules where, as if you were to pull up your shirt or, and you have a T-shirt underneath there, you can get a card for that or something along those things. Those things, those things are definitely sometimes you got to be bigger than the game, or you got to be bigger than the rules of the game and know and read the room in essence, and this was a beautiful moment that Diego got to do. And I don't even think that some of his teammates knew what was going on either, because I know that once the goal was scored, he just took off for the sideline, and you could see Mo and Nunez both, celebrating somewhat, or giving each other a hug and saying, congratulations for a well done, well performed play. But Diego just went straight for the sideline and properly represented. That was a beautiful moment. For me, I thought that was a very beautiful moment. And again, this is actually Lucho's mother and father. Again, prayers go out, and thoughts and prayers go out that they are all reunited. So I wanted to get into this game, and this game was interesting. I don't know if you guys, and big up to Callum, Bristol City person in the house, definitely. I give props out to, and I go to all different types of places to go and see different presentations for different teams throughout, whether it's Championship or Premier League, just to represent and give proper props out. Let's see, one thing. Let me see if I got definitely stats hit today. Might need to be sold and get transferred elsewhere. Oh, okay, I was wondering if you had a thing on Lucho, have an update, because I know Chris is very proud of his Colombian roots and heritage, so, and I'm sure he's got, family back home. So I'm sure that they're all keeping him in up to date with like the reports that are coming out. I'm going to star some of these comments as well before I get lose the track of thought. But yeah, I appreciate everyone showing up and showing love. I just, it's crazy. I got my stats out for you, Chris. My stats are this, and I'm just going to show just some truncated stats. If you look at these stats, shots on goal, 8 shots for us, 1 for them. I know that shots on goal don't count hitting the woodwork. They did have a couple of shots that did hit the woodwork, luckily stayed out for us, so we could keep the clean sheet. But overall, they had 9 shots on goal, or 9 shots, period, and we had 21 shots. Again, overwhelming offensive presence. 9 to 13 fouls. Yellow cards were pretty much measured in the sense 2 to 3, and we had overwhelming. One stat that I always like to state is this: if you ever see something, you'll see where you'll have like a 8 to 3, or for this particular circumstance, 8 to 3 in corners. Usually when you see 8 to 3, or you see a number of corners that are high and a number of corners are low for one team, chances are the team with the higher number of corners were predominantly controlling the game. That's just an easy stat to kind of conceptualize what is going on, because a lot of times that means that there's a lot of action going on down by the goal, and it also means that they are trying to either get rid of that action, get rid of the offensive presence by getting corner kicks or shots deflected out, those kinds of things. That's normally how I see it. Turner, despite having a big mistake towards the end, still had 5 saves. And, he is my country's national team keeper, starting keeper. So, it's unfortunate that he had that against us, but hey, pick up your head, man, and motor on towards the next game. I'm going to really get into, since I kept you guys waiting, I'm just trying to go and make sure so I don't lose you guys. Big up to a lot of you guys showing up and showing some love. I appreciate that. This was the starting lineup that we had going in. We had Salah, Nunez, and Hatta in the front. We had the boss on the right. We had Maka in the middle, Ryan on the left, Trent on the right as the right back as usual. Then we had Kanate, and we had our captain Virgil, and then we had Simicast on the left with Allison at goal. Now, I've changed up the way that the ratings go a little bit, so that I know some people like Redbird don't like to think about his grades or think about going to school. But I think of it as a little bit easier way for us to kind of like get ratings properly understood, because I know some people have their median or excuse me, have their average rating being like a 5. For me, I have my average rating being a 7. So rather than go through the 5, 6, and 7s or anything like that, you can give those ratings, but those correlate for me as to grades. So I'm going to give grades rather than ratings, I guess you could say, in essence. So for Allison, I thought Allison played decent, didn't have much to really go through. I thought that he played like a well-measured game. And wait, I'm seeing okay. So yeah, so I was seeing some of the comments, they're funny. So yeah, oh wait, let me do one quick thing too. Sorry, let me take down my camera for 1 second. All right, back at it again. Okay, because I could see that it was like kind of not letting Diaz be properly in the screen here. So with Allison, I thought he was good. He was good by coming up the line. There was a couple little hiccups. I didn't like the fact that there was one time that he came off the line and he went into the pack and tried to I think either punch her or even get the ball, and he ended up dropping. Fortunately, to I think it was Virgil at the time that it dropped to or something like that, but it ended up dropping to a player that we were able to mediate it and get it out of harm's way. I also thought that he had a lot of good play in the sense of he did make one decent save, but that's the only save he really had to make. His distribution was good. He kept the motor going in the back line for making sure that we weren't having any stalls or anything like that. Excuse me. So I gave Allison, and you guys can tell me what you guys thought about, but if you give him a higher grade or not. We're all teachers of the game, I guess. We're all professors of the game, let's call it. All right. So I gave Allison a C for today, or for yesterday. I thought Allison played well. I thought it was an average game though for him. Nothing super great. For Simicast, what did you guys think of Simicast? It's now his second official start. I would say official, but his second start since the injury to Rabo. I liked how he got forward. He had a couple positive interactions going forward. Okay, Ali gave him a 7 or C. Okay, Sideline gave him a C. What did you guys think of Simicast? Simicast, I know what I had for his ranking. I'll give you guys a good chance to go in, because I always say, again, this is my show as much as yours, as in you're the 12th man, just as I am, as much as I am. So, okay, Simi gave him like a 6.5, or Redbird gave Simi a 6.5. Okay, very interesting. Why, and Redbird, tell me why you rated him so like a 6.5 as well. I'd be interested to hear why you gave him a rating. If knowing that a C or a 7 is average, you're saying he's a little below average. Why would you think that he was below average? I'm just asking, I'm not judging or anything like that. I'm just asking for insight as to why you judged him that way. Sideline rates him a C. Okay, I get you on that too. We're gonna have to wait a little bit for anyone else that wants to contribute some grades. Come on, this is your opportunity to be professors or teachers. Now you get to give the grades rather than have you be a pupil and have to get the grades. That's how I figured it would be. I gave him a C-. I'm not giving any C- or C+, but you can say C-. I can understand that. I gave Simi a C. I gave Simicast a C because I thought that he wasn't bad. And if anything, there really wasn't that much work going to his side, primarily because, in my opinion, because of that man next to him. So Sideline's giving me some stats, which I love to see. Counted 3 air duels he lost. He was okay. Okay, I understand that completely. That's what I'm saying. I'm just saying he wasn't horrible, and I don't think he was below average, but I think he was average. And I can understand the C- if you want to give out those kind of ratings. That's cool too. It's just a little bit easier for me to get through to give just grades, just whole grades. But C- I can understand. So yeah. And hopefully Mark A got my my email to send me the email that he was asking me for. It's pretty easy. It's liverpool12man@gmail.com if anyone ever needs to get in touch with me. Or if you're on X or Twitter, it's on there. It's the Reds 12th man. You can DM me, and I answer all my emails and texts or DMs and stuff. Okay, so now let's move on to Virgil. Let's move on to Virgil, who I believe could be, if you wanted to give a three-person, like a bronze, the bronze, the podium, I guess, or three candidates for man of the match, I think there should be a effort to get him a vote for man of the match. I thought our captain played extremely, extremely well. And let's see. I think that he's, again, some people some people are stuck on narratives, or some people are stuck with the sense of, once you have that certain vision or certain image in your mind of a player, you just don't want to waver from it at all. But I think, truthfully, once you guys start to crack down on some of these numbers and start seeing how these numbers have measured, you start seeing, I understand the fact that we have conceded goals in games that we probably shouldn't have conceded goals in. I thought that VVD played an exceptional game today, or yesterday, I should say. Excuse me, I keep saying today. Yesterday, and again, looked really well. If you look at FB Ref, which I have bookmarked on my browser here. Right now VVD is in the top 5% of center backs. He's in the top 5 center backs across Europe. He's in the top 5% of center backs across Europe in aerial wins, top 14% for clearances per 90. He is one of definitely in my opinion, he's the king of the defense. He is, I know he's not at the measure or level of the demigod style status that he held when we went for the Champions League, or even when we went for the league. But still, he is slowly but surely measuring up to the greatness that I believe that he has still in him, and I believe that he still exemplifies. And I could easily and would definitely be that person on a panel arguing against anyone that he is one of the best players, if not the king of defense. And I can arguably say so. You can bring up your Diaz or your, I believe, you can bring up your City contributions, or you can bring up your, I don't even know who else you would bring up, actually. Stone or something like these players that just are playing on great, great teams. But I think that they're exceptional players. But I just think that you don't understand the fact that Virgil is the absolute presence on this defense. He is not only the captain of the team, he runs the defense for a reason. So I gave our captain an A rating for sure. I gave him a grade of an A. I thought he was exceptional. I mean, if you looked at some of his numbers today, I keep saying today. If you look at some of his numbers yesterday, then you would say the same. I mean, he was absolutely dominant when it came to aerial duels, dominant when it came to passing, dominant when it came to involvement in long balls being passing, and just dominant in his duels and everything else. It's really, really cool to see. I'm glad that he's taken that armband, has somewhat enabled him to, have even more confidence, and possibly bring back that aura that we've all seen, and some have thought has dissipated, and some of us have thought is still there and is now making its emergence again. All right, Kanate, how are we feeling about Kanate? I like that people gave him all A's. I feel you. No, Brian, I'm not on Allison. I'm on Kanate. I'm on Ibu. I thought Ibu played a good game. Has some really good numbers as well. Not as exceptionally statistically as Virgil when it came to it, but I thought he played really, really well. I think, what we're starting to see now too is there's two great compliments that we can now bring beside Virgil? I'd love to hear you guys comments on that too. But there's two great compliments that we can now bring to Virgil when it comes to his partners, and that's in Ibu, and when it comes is either Ibu or obviously or Matip. And I like the fact that those two compliments are there. Obviously, a lot of that demigod, status I spoke of in Virgil was even when primarily with his partnership with Gomez. So there's some really unique combinations that we can bring in that right center back position, and it's really cool to see when it comes to these players. And I know that I had so let's see, we got some ratings coming for Konate. Chris Angel gave him a B+. That's really cool. That's very interesting. I like it. Chris being a very nice teacher today. Because he's usually like a bad teacher, right? Let's see. Sideline Football Show gave him an A-. Okay. And Redbird gave Ibu an 8.5. Okay, which is like a solid B. Okay. What were you guys else? Anyone else want to give some grades in here? Since we're in class here, I got all the professors out there. Since this is like our football university online, the Liverpool Football University online or something like that. I gave personally, I thought, and I was glad to see you guys give B, A's and B's, A-, B+. I gave him a B as well. I thought he played well. I thought he was good for strong measures of the game. Didn't really have to do much work, but then wasn't a negative when the ball got to his feet, because that's the difference between Matip and him, is that I think Matip has a better control of the ball when it gets to his feet. But Konate was adequate in that measure and was well served to do what he needed to do with it. Also, played well. Just played well in general. Wasn't all about bully ball today. It was more so. It wasn't all about bully ball. Just when it came to a lot of measures, just was able to do his thing. So I was happy to see that. How about for Trent? How are we feeling about Trent? The top grades, just so I just give A's. I'm not giving A+, A-. You guys are welcome to give A+, A-. That can definitely measure it, and it'll be noted. I'm just giving like a solid. Where I went to school, they didn't give A+ or A-. They just gave you, if you got a 98, you got an A. If you got a 92, you got an A. As long as you got in the 90s, you got an A. So that's why I'm saying it's in essence, like in my mind, I'm saying if you got an A, it would be like me saying he got a 9 as a rating. That's what I'm trying to get across with these grades and everything. So let's see. I know this used to be Kismet, but now Mutterstadt is saying that the Phoenix got a straight 7 to 8 or a C to B for the clean sheet, and Virgil had upped his game since he's took the captain armband. I agree with that completely. Trent's getting a C from Chris. Okay, I feel you on that. I definitely feel you on that. And big up to Marion. Big up, Marion. Hello. Good to see you. Always good to see you. See Marion join her brethren, her Reds brethren. Always a pleasant presence in the fold for sure. Jay Kismet or Mutterstat gave Trent a 7 or a C. He takes away pressure with his runs. I think he does. And you know what? I think too. I'm going to get more into Tactical Tuesday tomorrow. Big up John Conway, by the way. But when it comes to a lot of it, when it comes to it, like I'm looking at it as like guys are still stuck on these numbers. It's so funny. Even when I'm going to letters, I'm getting away from numbers just for that. I love it. When it comes to Trent yesterday, I'm get into it more tomorrow, but if you looked at his play, he got advanced. He did go and get involved in the offense, but he was a little bit more measured today in the sense of you saw him hanging out a little bit more in midfield. You saw him being a little bit more reserved with him going forward, which is pretty cool. I'm going to show you guys a little bit more about that tomorrow, whether it's in the Toulouse game or even in this Nottingham Forest. I did like a little double, It's going to be a double-decker tactical Tuesday, so it should be a fun time. Again, big up to John Conway for sure. So I gave Trent a C. I don't know about you guys again, but I thought Trent played a decent game. Again, not the greatest of games for him. Could have been definitely better when it came to some circumstances, but I thought he played well. I thought he played. Nothing was like, didn't have any hiccups or mistakes. Average game. Nothing super spectacular from our right back. So yeah, 9 to 10 is nice. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's what I'm giving to. I can show you how he's getting it. So like an 8 to a 9 is a B, exactly. A 9 to a 10 is an A, exactly. I like it, Professor. For my professors in the house, I like it. To all the professors and the teachers in the house, big up. Show love for the teachers. So let's see. I know. Redbird saying, this is to Marianne, my lovely big scout sister. It's always a blessing having you in the chat. 12th man thinks me in school. He uses grades instead of numbers. Very confusing. It's not like you didn't go to school, my guy. Come on. It's not that hard. I know Redbird was definitely, I'm sure Redbird was one of the more accomplished students in his day, for sure. I'm sure. But yeah, this is something too. I do miss a lot of, you now see more of his passes being centrally driven. So he's being able to go and do like passes out to the wings or trying to go long into Nunez. It's not more of him driving up the right side and getting crosses in. So it's an interesting situation with him being in that roaming role. But yeah, so I gave Trent a C. How are we feeling about Ryan's role yesterday? I thought Ryan played amazing in Toulouse game. This game, I didn't necessarily see the same level from him. He had an early opportunity to put a goal in that he just missed out on. This kind of mistimed his run. But he wasn't I'm not saying he had a bad game in any measure. I'm just saying he didn't do exactly all the things I was hoping to see him do. All the same, I thought he played a good game. I gave Ryan, looks like I see Chris gave Ryan a C. Okay. We have any other grades we can get in here real quick? I gave, I'll offer, wait, a few more seconds. I'm gonna put a clock up or something. Maybe we can like get it where you usually know how much time we have before I reveal mine. Ryan looked a little tired, but started the game well, but drifted. I agree with that, and that's the thing about doing these doubles, And it's notable as to why I'm gonna get into this too, but as to why the subs were the subs and everything else. But I thought he had a decent game, not a great game, but decent game. Ryan, okay, so we're looking at a C from Chris. For Ryan, we're looking at a C- from Mutterstadt. Okay. I am in agreement with you guys. I don't know if you guys thought or not, but I am in agreement, and I gave Ryan a C as well. I thought he played decent, not great, but it wasn't anything where it was like so poor or something so poor that it affected the game negatively. That's how I'm looking at it. How about for Maka? How did you guys feel about Maka? Again, being put into this DM role or that 6 role. Again, I'm calling it a hybrid DM role for us because it's not a true DM role. It's more like a regista or even like not really more so a deep line playmaker because he does go forward and get involved a little bit more so. And even with a regista tends to be anchored in the defense. But I thought that, he got involved, got some really good play going forward. he was cool and everything else. Let's see. So let me make sure that Redbird understands this real quick. So he says, so if I give a B, that means it's an 8 or a 9. No, if you give a B, it means it's an 8. Okay. So it means like you're giving the 8, or sometimes, or even if you give a B, that means you're giving an 8.5 or 8.2 or whatever decimal point you want to give. Okay. But a B means an 8 point whatever. Okay. An A means a 9 point whatever. Okay. So like, that's how we're saying it, you know, and the man of the match most likely will be our 10. That'll be our 10, I guess, you know, but a 9 is for an A, an 8 is for a B, 7 for a C, 6 for a D, and so on. Just so you guys know. We're not going to see any, I'm going to spoiler alert, we're not going to see any D's. So that's it. For Macca, got a C from Chris Angel. Okay, I got you on that one. McAllister was oh wow, that is very surprising. For Motherstat, McAllister was his man of the match. He's saying he gets stuck in and he passes well. He gets an A. That is a very, very high praise for Macca. Very cool. Very cool. What else do you guys want to get in for Macca's ratings? I thought Macca had a good game. Very, very good game. Considering his role, considering the amount of efforts that he has to go through. Again, I want to say he got a yellow card, but I'd have to see. My little app here is messing up on me. Yeah, he did get a foul for a yellow card, which was, again, you know what's really, really crazy is when you see these yellow cards being issued and they're calls or fouls where there is no contact. Absolutely no contact. Now, if you want to give a foul because the player had to dive or he had to get out of the way of the foul for the challenge, that's one thing. I can understand those kinds of concepts, but that's a foul then. To me, if it actually did hit him or did make contact, then it warrants a yellow card or a red card or whichever the case. But to me, whenever if someone's going to get hit and then they kind of like dive out of the way, but because they were going to die, because they forced the dive and it would have been a hit or it would have been a foul, you know, elsewise, and you're going to still give them a foul, which apparently is the way of the referees nowadays, then if that's the case, then I don't see why you don't say that's a foul, all cool and well and good, but I'm not going to give you a yellow card simply for that. So it's kind of weird like that. So I give it a B, but no, because like if no one's going to get misconstrued, everyone knows I don't give halves or whatever. People like to give halves. That's your way of saying, that's your flair on the grading. That's cool. If someone gives you a B, if you give a B, it's you saying they're an 8. Okay, that's what it is. That's as simple as that, Redbird. I'm glad we gotta take care of these discussions in the teachers' conference, you know, in the teachers' lounge. Not when we're in class here, but it's all good. It's all good. It's all good. So yeah. So I gave Macca, despite Mutterstat's rating of an A, I get that. I gave him a C. I could definitely be swayed to get into a B possible rating for McAllister. I didn't see all the greatness that Mutterstat. It's all good. It's all good. She needs if I scared Marianne away since she saw grades, tell her that she gets an A in my class every day, all day. Okay, so it doesn't. So hopefully that entices her to come back to the classroom. But I gave McAllister a C. I thought he played well. I thought I didn't see all of the greatness or all of the great exchanges certainly not for an A rating, but I, you know, if you can tell me elsewise, Mutterstat, I'd love to hear your reasoning why you gave him such a high grade. I was more on the lines of what Chris gave him, which was a C. Now we move on to the boss, Dom. I think we all know that the boss easily was a beast of a man when it came to a lot of what we saw him do. I thought he was unlucky not to have scored in the first half when he had like a really nice shot get pushed wide on the near post. And he did. I think, though, what I liked and loved, and how you guys feeling, I'd love to hear about this too. What I love to see is the relationship that is growing between not only Nunez, but Salah and Dom. The triangle of the triangle that they create of just offensive pure brilliance and counter-pressing brilliance as well is very, very, very uplifting and very, very positive. I thought he was on spot all day. 90 minutes played, had 2 assists, 106 touches. He has 93% in passing. He was 75 81 passes for a midfielder. That's really exceptional. 4 key passes. That's exceptional right there. Very involved. 4 out of 7 for his ground duels. Had 3 out of 4 for his dribble attempts be successful. Dom was a beast of a man. It's all good. It's all good, Redbird. Just sit back. You're not, and don't worry. You're not getting great. You're not the one getting the grades. You're the one giving the grades. You're teaching. It's all good. Have that teaching moment. I thought Dom is an easy one to do. Dom gets an A grade for me. I thought he was exceptional, amazing. I'm so happy, and we are so blessed to have this player. Such a great presence, has gelled with this team. He has a great relationship with that entire right-hand side, whether it's Trent, who he has he's formed a real great friendship with, whether it's, again, Mo, whether it's with Nunez. He has really formed some really great bonds, and even with Maka too. If you guys get a chance, there's a really fun and cool episode where they it's pretty funny because they're all trying to, it's like, the commentators, an English speaking commentator, but like the 4 participants are all from countries that don't have English as their native language. So they were playing FIFA against each other, and there is obviously Liverpool versus Liverpool. And it was I don't know if you guys got to see it or not, but it was Ryan and Nunez on one side, and it was Dom and Maka on the other side playing as 2v2 against each other. It was a good game. I won't give any spoilers in case you guys want to watch it to see who wins. It was a fun game to watch if you're into video games or stuff like that. So let's move on to Hata, who I thought Diego, once again, big up to Diego. I love the fact that he properly represented by, again, scoring the goal, running over, getting the kit, showing that we're all lock and step with Lucho. And I love Hata as a player, as an individual, as a person. I like the fact that even big up Beijing Barnes has cooled the Jets on his saying what he was saying about Hata, and being measured with his injury record, but saying that he would take Tony over Hata if given the choice to have to choose between the two. I like the fact that he's kind of cooled those Jets and understood the fact that this guy is an absolute, like, just an amazing scorer, just an incredible poacher. Whether if this is a fox in the box, as they call it, I thought he had a great game. Definitely something of that. What did you guys give Diego on today's match? Or today? Keep saying today. I'm gonna get it at one point. Yesterday's match. Still in yesterday, I guess. But what did you guys give Diego? I thought Diego played well, and I thought that I thought he played really well. And I thought he really played well. Let's see. I'm waiting on some scores to be posted. It looks like Diego's a street footballer, 8 out of 10 for a B rating. See, that's cool. Motherstat gets it. That's how we're doing it. That's how we're doing it. That way we make it easy. I agree. He got it going on. He definitely got it all going on. Redbird is saying translation and computing. If it's a B plus, it's a safe. Oh my gosh, gosh. Everyone stop listening to Redbird when it comes to the ratings, please. Redbird, you're making it way too difficult. Way too difficult. Angel 1968 Abel is saying he gave Diego a B rating. Okay, that's cool. Diego gets a B. I think hopefully yes. All right. I was hopeful. I didn't give him a C. I gave him a B too. I thought Diego played well. I gave him he was going to get a B regardless, just from the celebration in itself. But I thought for him to kind of break open the scoring. I thought again, knowing that it was a great shot by Nunez, by the way, too. But to be ready, to be quick to jump on the rebound, because that shot, that was a great save by the Newcastle. Excuse me, I'm all over the place today. By the Forest's goalkeeper, Matt Turner. That was a great save, to be honest with you. Great shot too. I mean, if he doesn't make that great save, that's going in easily. But I like that Diego was ready and quick to pounce on it. I gave him a B as well. What do we think about Nunez? Diego showed on the left. Now we're going to move on to Darwin. How are we feeling about Darwin and Vassal? How are we feeling about Darwin? Okay. I thought that Darwin played again. Darwin brings such great energy. He had a lot of shots on target today. Put a lot of efforts on keeping Matt Turner involved in knowing that he was a threat and that he was there and that he was around, as they like to say. I thought Nunez played exceptionally well. So let's see. Motherstat saying, this is all about the ratings. Okay. Gosh. Anyway, I gave Nunez. What do you guys give him, Nunez, by the way? I know what I gave him, obviously, but I would like to see if you guys' ratings are so high that it makes me change my grade. I thought Nunez played well. Okay. Nunez got a 9 from which is an A grade. Okay. So Nunez got a 9 or a 90, if however you want to reference it. Was busy, got a goal. Okay, I got you on that. Let's see. It's good to see that Marianne's back. Don't worry, Marianne. We're looking for you to be a teacher and not a pupil. Okay, just I had to make sure that Redbird understood that as well. You're a pupil. I'm not a pupil. You're a teacher. You're a professor. However you like to look at it today. And that's why. If you want to give a number, cool. I'm going to relate that number to a grade just so it goes up. Nunez gets a straight A from Redbird. Okay, I got you. Nice. Redbird's starting to get it. I like it. Redbird saying that's much clearer. Thanks, bro. I comprendo. For sure. Yeah, so Nunez gets a straight A from Redbird. And what other grade? Oh, and Motherstat gave him an A as well. Shoot. I'm gonna look bad in the teacher's lounge for this one. Um, I gave him a B. I know. I'm probably going to hear it from Marion now that she's back. I'm sure I'm going to hear from Redbird too, and even Motherstat, who just rated him an A. I thought Nunez had a great game, had a really, really good game. I don't know if he had a Dom level game. I don't even know if he had a Virgil level game. I get that Virgil didn't score, but that's not his role. Defensively, if you hear Virgil's defensive numbers, you'll understand why I gave him an A. But Dom gets an A because I think Dom was just dynamic in this game. I think Dom was just easily head of the class style dynamic. But out of the three, I didn't give I gave Nunez a B. I'm welcome and I'm open to giving him an A, but I gave him a B. I just thought that he did. B is a good grade still. I just think that he did a really good job. I would have given him an 8 or a B, however you want to look at it. I thought he did an exceptional job yesterday. I know. I get you. I got you. I'm trying to be, what they say, you got to be, I'm being measured, or I'm trying to be that, evil playing field style teacher. I'm not trying to have too many biases, That's how I'm looking at it. I thought Nunez played a great game, though. I thought he did really well. We could easily say that Darwin gets an A. I know Marion's saying Darwin A, and truthfully, that's all I get. I don't for the last time I was at school. It's all good. Just give a number. Just give a 9. I'll translate it for you. Cedric Lopez says comes in late, sits in the back of class. I got you, bro. I got you. Big up 12th man at work listening. By the way, Darwin gets an A from Cedric Lopez. I appreciate you checking in, Cedric, for sure. Yeah, man. Geez, you guys are going to try to make me even though it says a B, let's give Nunez an A. See, I'm flexible here, there you go. Nunez gets an A despite the B. Let's just give him an A. All right. We can give him an A. All right. It's not a problem for me. How do you guys feel about Salah? I thought Salah played well. I thought Salah played really, really well. He was better than Joe. Okay. I get it. You could say there's no way that Diego was better or on the same level as Nunez. I can understand that. And that's why I'm willing to say Nunez can get an A. All right, he can get the A. Unfortunately, I don't have the graphic to make it change right now, but it's a B. But it's one of those. He got a B. He came into the front of the class. He showed me, and I'm gonna mark an A on there somehow, some way. All right, but yeah, I thought Salah played well. See, now I'm gonna see. Now maybe I'm gonna be taking. I'll be taking the staff meeting, or have to hang out with the principal or something like that. But or the dean. But I thought Salah had a great game, guys. I thought Salah played well. He was involved. Defensively, he was involved. Offensively, obviously, he's involved. I think this new role that he's starting to become more adjusted and comfortable with as being a playmaker, being a facilitator, is slowly but surely rubbing off on him well. He had some really good numbers. Let me see if I can pull up some of his numbers for you guys here, actually. He has some really good numbers. Had 1 goal, but had, 1 shot, 2 off target, but still had 3 key passes. Accurate passing wasn't the greatest, but it was involved defensively. I just like the fact that it is involved. If he makes the tackle, makes the ground duel, cool. But as long as he's getting involved and he doesn't seem like he's just kind of out of it, or kind of just kind of hanging around waiting for people to get him involved, then that's what I like to see. I thought he played well though. I thought he definitely played well. So for Salah, I know I'm gonna get hacked on this, but I gave him an A. I feel as though most people are going to say that Salah was more of like an 8 or was more like a B rating or an 8 rating. I'm kind of feeling that's what I'm gauging from the comments or the vibe. How are you feeling about it? Like, are you feeling that he got like are you feeling that he was an 8 or a B, or are you feeling he was more like a 9 in an A rating? I personally thought that he played well. I think he played exceptionally well. I think that his involvement and him being able to be basically the anchor of that triangle that I was speaking about earlier between Nunez and Dom is what we need to see this player become. It's something of like, I love the fact that that this bromance, that this relationship is growing every day between Nunez and Dom, and in that it's creating such an ability for these other players to get involved, whether it's Dom taking cracks at shots outside the box or whether it's him taking runs in the channels, or Nunez getting involved, whether it's through his relationship of passing through or switching and crisscrossing with Salah. I think it's really, really cool. I definitely really think it's cool. And so I gave Salah an A. I could easily be swayed to give him a B if we're giving Nunez an A rating. Why not? Or I could even be swayed in giving both of them an A. I thought the front line played very well today. I thought that they all obviously they all did what they're supposed to, and that's get a goal. Okay, and that's how I looked at it. They all contributed. They all were active. I just think that Salah, considering Salah could easily turn off from a game if he's not involved. Salah could easily turn off from a game when he's not working, whether it's tracking back or whether it's just him involved in the game in general. He can easily turn off. And once he turns off, it's difficult to get him involved in the game properly. And I think that one unique thing we saw in this game was he was getting involved. He was being heavily marked. He was getting hounded, held, dragged to the ground often. He was drawing fouls. He was very, very involved. So again, I thought that he was a really, really good a measure of it. So it's all cool and all well and good. These are the ratings I gave so far. Again, we had these subs come in. It was a unique thing because we had Nunez come off. We had Diego come off. We had Trent come off, and we had Ryan come off, and off the pitch. And all four of those players were all players that played on Thursday, but all four of these players are players that maybe minus Nunez. I think Hakpo is going to get the start in the cup match, but minus Nunez. I think all four of those players that got subbed today most likely will be the players that get to play come our cup match this week. If Trent doesn't play, then maybe we see Virgil in that role, but I think it just might be Trent that sees that role. So again, we saw Diego, we saw Darwin, Trent, and Ryan get subbed. And when they got subbed in, these are the players that subbed in their roles. Gomez took over on the right back. Once Ryan got subbed out, we then got to see Maka in his more traditional, or what a lot of us are wanting to see him in, and that is in that role to the left, or that more advanced role of an 8. And Endo pulled in in the DM role, replacing McAllister in that role, allowing for him to move up. Initially we saw Salah and Hackball, and we saw some makeshift where Diego was still in, where Hackball wasn't playing a true 9 position. He was playing kind of like a 9/10 role. And we also saw him maybe even garner some responsibilities of moving out left and covering that left flank, but which allowed for Salah to move forward or Diego to go into the middle. But once the subs were all taken and put forth, we saw Salah move more central, and we saw Elliott kind of play basically that right wing role. We saw Hackpo play more of a left wing-ish style role, more like a left inside forward role, with Elliott playing more of a right wing style role. And obviously they all started to put in some work as well. I only rated 2 of the 4 subs because I don't think that Endo and I don't think that Hackpo really. I thought I had that rating. Let me make sure I didn't. I thought I had it. I just gave a spoiler. Hopefully, it was too quick to notice. But I thought that I had the ratings in. But the ratings I'll go through the ratings. I'm not going to put them up, but I'll tell you what I rated these players at. I gave a C rating for Elliott, and I gave a C rating for Hackpo. I don't know how you guys felt about it. It obviously hurts. I mean, Hackpo could have easily got a B rating if he puts that goal in, where she didn't have to go offsides for to get. But he did, so therefore he kind of like hampered his ability to get a really quality score. I thought Hackpo is looking to get his form back. He's looking to get involved. He was active. He was hungry. That's something I like to see. And we all know that we can't question the heart and devotion of Hackpo. He's a true Red, proper Red in my mind. So yeah, that's what I gave. I didn't necessarily give ratings for all the subs, but I just gave them for 2. I had I could have swore I put that in there. Let me double check and make sure here. No, I guess I didn't. I thought I did, but I didn't. I just had NAs for Endo, and I had an NA for Elliott. I had an NA for Elliott, even though Elliott got a shot off and everything else. But yeah. So it gets to to everyone's favorite moment of the game or of the day, and that is, who is your man of the match? This is an easy one. Doesn't have to deal with any grades. So Redbird, breathe easy. Who got your man of the match? Who was your man of the match? Please put the name of the person you thought got man of the match. Please give me your man of the match. I'll hold off on revealing the man of the match for me, but I'd love to hear and let the record be noted that you guys got in who you guys thought. So I think Mutterstats gave his already. He said Maka was his man of the match. I don't think Redbird's saying Klopp is the man of the match, obviously. But who was your man of the match? I thought that it was kind of obvious, and I did have shouts going out for Virgil, big man of the match. I swear, if you guys heard, I'll pull up the numbers again for Virgil. While I wait for you guys to give me who you guys thought was your man of the match. If you hear these numbers for Virgil in the 90 minutes of play had 4 clearances, had 2 block shots, had 1 interception, had 1 tackle, had 122 touches, had 12 was connected on 12 out of 16 long balls, had 112 passes. Out of those 112 passes, he connected on 104 of them, which made him be connecting on 93% of his passing. He had 1 out of 1 for his ground duels and was 7 out of 8 for aerial duels. Virgil was a beast yesterday, an absolute beast when it came to defense, when it came to contributing offensively as well, in that he has some great, initiations of starting the counter press and starting the offense in general. And I just think that, for a center back to have numbers of 93% for passing, to have, again, 12 out of 16 long balls, that's exceptional. For a center back, come on, man. That's why when I hear that he's not the king anymore, or that he's lost his crown and he doesn't deserve it, I shake my head. No, I say no. But again, he has some exceptional numbers for the man who is the captain of our club. So it looks like man of the match. Oh, wow. I thought that I was going to be alone in thinking that Virgil was the man of the match. But Redbird's giving him man of the match. Marianne's giving him man of the match. I'll note your vote for Mac to be man of the match. Shoot, guys. All right. In that case, let me think of how I can do this. All right. I'm going to have to change it up because I had a different man of the match. I was all ready to be outvoted. I honestly thought I was going to be outvoted and not be able to get get who I thought was man of the match, because I'm in agreement. I thought that he was man of the match. I thought Virgil was man of the match. There's those that will argue that Dom was man of the match. I think there's those that would argue that Dom was man of the match. But I just honestly think that, I think that Virgil's numbers are exceptional. The fact that he helped get us a clean sheet. Those clean sheets matter to defensive players too, and I really, really like the fact that people. This is the difference between the people that tune in to my show. Is that like I really think that you understand football a lot more so than some of the others that are out there that tend to just kind of like be the sheep and not think for themselves. You guys all are beautiful minds for sure. And I like what you're thinking. So in that case, if you're going to say that, I am going to give it to Virgil van Dijk as well. Virgil van Dijk is going to be the man of the match for us today. Let me see if I should have a graphic for it. Let me see. Let me see if I have a man of the match graphic for him. Let's see. I'm looking for a man of the match graphic for him. I should have a man of the match graphic, but I guess I have a perfect man of the match graphic for you guys. So let me see real quick. All right, so I have a great man of the match graphic here, and let's give it to all right, so our man of the match is this guy right here who gets an A rating. How perfect is that? How perfect of a clip is that? That's a great screenshot. He's looking at his man of the match. He got an A. See? Virgil van Dijk gets the ratings. He gets the grades. He understands about the grades. So he gets an A. He's chilling, understanding the fact that he got an A. He got the man of the match. But definitely I thought that was exceptional game by a lot of players that are starting to round into form, round into shape and everything. And I think that's exceptional. We're almost on the full 90 here. We're going to be completing the show here. So I'm going to pull back and go back in to say, hopefully you guys enjoyed that. Hopefully you understand a little bit more about the ratings, how I'm like starting to move away from the 9s or the 8s or the 80s or 90s or however you want to reference it. if you do give me your number grades, cool. I'm going to just understand when you give me that number, I'm going to translate it into a grade. All right, because I am the equalizer here. I am a professor. So yeah. See, Marion gets it. Marion got an 8, gives an 8 or a B rating for Mo. I get you. Yeah, for sure. But it is a brilliant picture, isn't it, man? I thought so too. It is. It ended up being a a perfect segue for our man of the match there. And I just love it that Virgil's just chilling, enjoying this time and everything. But again, I thought it was cool. I gave Klopp, considering the amount of pressure, the amount of intensity that was associated with this game, and how everyone's minds obviously were not exactly all 100% on this game, because as Klopp said it, often we take, meaning we in general, we is the best word for it actually, because we being you, I, we being the players, we being the coaching staff, we being those in attendance at the game, we being those that, the club in general, the backroom staff, every one of them, we all tend to take these opportunities of games to be opportunities for us to have our moments of peace, our moments of being able to release and go away from the world and enjoy those 90 minutes or plus minutes of football, and be able to do our moments of clarity when it comes to enjoying our Reds, enjoying whatever team they're hosting, or whatever team is hosting us. But that wasn't unfortunately by some absolute thugs and disreputable people that took Lucho's parents. We were robbed of that as well, and it's something where I thought Klopp being able to keep the team measured, keep the team, and he said he didn't even know that they were going to do that kind of celebration, that Diego was going to do that celebration, to be able to go and do be a part of this game, and really just really keep everyone on the same page was an amazing amazing feat, I should say, for our Kaiser. So again, I'm glad to see that we were able to get this win. Remove this here. I'm glad to see we're able to get this win. I'm glad to see that, again, this team is unified. I'm glad to see that there is, or this team is together, that this team is solidified in knowing we're a family, that we are such an amazing family at that. And things just work differently for our club and our fan base. And I'm hoping that people are starting to recognize that. I think that, with the efforts we're seeing, we're slowly but surely recognizing that as well. So, again, I appreciate you guys joining me today. Hopefully you guys understood or appreciated the change up or the adaptation a little bit more so. Hopefully Redbird got it down, but hopefully appreciate it. The fun of grading these players in this game. I appreciate each and every one of you guys for showing up and showing love. Again, our hearts, thoughts, and prayers go out to the Diaz family. Hopefully there's a safe return for his father, who at this moment I believe still is hasn't been returned. And hey, on to the next one with our matches. Tomorrow I'm going to do a Tactical Tuesday, and I'm going to break down the Toulouse game and I'm going to break down this game somewhat. I'm going to loosely break down this game. And then Wednesday, I'll be doing a match preview for our cup match. And then obviously I'll be doing a preview show for our match. Again, I think our next match is against Luton. Let's say it's Luton Town. But let's see. And let me see what we're looking at here. Yeah, so we have Bournemouth, and then we have Luton. Okay, so yeah, Luton is our next match. So yeah, I appreciate each and every one of you. I wish all of you the best. I hope that you continue to do what I am preaching, which is take care of yourselves, of course, but also take care of each other. It's a high measure of character when you do so, and when you do reach out and show the appreciation and the love that we all want to see for ourselves and bring it into the world. It's just a happier place. So, so I appreciate you, every one of you, coming up to the 90th minute. I'll see you guys tomorrow, hopefully. Please do check out, if you're new, subscribe. If you're not, make sure that notification bell is hit. Pass it on to your friends. Get them to join the Mighty Reds Army here. And as always, walk on, brothers and sisters. Walk on. And until then, I guess I will bid you adieu. So from football romantic, I do wish you have a great day, and I will be seeing you guys hopefully tomorrow. Take care, guys.